Yo guys, what is up? Welcome back to the new video. I'm the Casual Racing Gamer, and this is Daily Race A, and this race is awesome if you're in PSVR2 only. So I think this we're gonna discuss first of all, we always talk about VR, right? I race everything in PSVR2 with GT7 and any sim racing. You know, obviously this channel is all about the love for VR and sim racing, but I also want to discuss Daily Race A. Daily Race A, to me, I'm so confused with Daily Race A and GT7, and I think it's just a wasted, really just a wasted Daily Race lobby. So here we have Go Karts, and Go Karts are fun, right? And let's first talk about the VR side of this. Go Karts are fun. If you're on a flat screen, you're probably racing GT7 in bumper view. So are you really getting a different feel when you're in a go-kart really low to the ground on a flat screen? Probably not, because you're probably racing in a view. You're probably racing in a view already that's already flat to the ground when you're using your bumper view, because that is, I know that's a preferred way to race on flat screen in GT7 with that view. So going into a go-kart, it's not going to really feel any different because you're low to the ground. It's the same way, right? In VR, but here's the thing, when you're in PSVR2, and this is what made this race fun for me to do in VR, is that yes, you feel the difference between a go-kart, because when you're racing in a car, you feel like you're in a car, you're in the cockpit. Every car feels different, you're seated different, your height's different. When you're in a go-kart, you're now low to the ground, you feel like you're low to the ground, so you're racing, the ground is you're on the ground, right? You're in an open area, everything's open around you. So this race was fun for me in PSVR2, and that's probably the only reason why I did this, because I like the track. So let's just say I do like the track. It's a track that I've become pretty comfortable racing on. So, when I see this in any one of the lobbies, A, B, or C, I'd probably hop on it, just because I'm familiar with the track, and I like racing on tracks that I'm familiar with. It saves me time from learning a track. But here we go, Daily Race A, and I'd love to get your guys' opinion on this, because in this race, your safety rating is affected, but your driver rating is not. And I have a couple different opinions on how I feel about this. First, Daily Race A they can do so much more with it, okay? Obviously, Daily Race B and Daily Race C, a lot of those races are generally Group 3 and Group 4 cars. And don't get me wrong, I love racing Group 3 and Group 4 cars, and you get comfortable with the car. And weekly, you can, be comfortable in those cars. So every week, it's not like something different completely for you, because, you're used to driving those cars. Tracks might change and things like that. But Daily Race A, I feel like they need to be not so outside of the box with it, and I feel like it should be an official race that fits in with B and C, but with different cars. A lot of the tracks that we become used to seeing, and they can throw in some random crazy, weird different tracks at times, and I'd love to see a Daytona oval. Like, where's the Daytona oval here? I want to see guys racing on an oval track in GT7. They have the Daytona track in the game, but like I haven't seen it in a daily race, and I want to see the oval track in a race, and like I'm really looking forward to actually hoping that one day we actually do see that. But there's so many cars in this game, and there's so many awesome cars in this game that we don't get to drive. And I think throwing those awesome cars in tracks that people are used to and have come to really like from GT7, like Daily Race A should put that, should be able to give us that. And I feel like Daily Race A is kind of a lost race right now. With I haven't raced a Daily Race A, I think I can't even say how long. I only think I did it 1 week, and I actually think it was on Brands Hatch, which is pretty funny. I think this was the track I actually did Daily Race A on. So, it affects your safety rating. So here's the thing with that. It's a good track to get your safety rating up if your safety rating's down. But if your safety rating's down from B and C, and you're just here to get your safety rating up, and you're not racing good, and you're not racing to really race, you're just going to go back to B and C, and you're probably going to bring that rating down anyway. And I know a lot of people like to blame other people on their ratings, but it's not your daily. Your rating for safety is not going to go down based on other drivers a lot, because I've gotten hit from behind oftentimes in races, and I've gotten a clean race at the end. So it hasn't even affected me, and I've got a clean race when I get hit from behind. So, you know, your racing craft should be used in any one of these races, B, C. You shouldn't have to come to race A to get your safety rating up and then just go ruin it in B and C anyway. But like, and you know, people aren't racing here to win if your driver rating doesn't count. And I also feel like when I'm racing daily race A this week, I felt like I had no urgency of really doing well. I want to do well because I just like doing well in a race, and you know, it's always good to do well. But like, if I won this race, it really wouldn't. I don't know. There's a certain feeling you get, even though it's just a game, and you know, I always say don't take it seriously. It's just a game. You just feel better when you finish good in an official race that actually counts. Like I just didn't. I didn't have any feeling for this. For my finish, so I really didn't care. I've raced some of these. I spun out, and it had absolutely no effect on me. I stayed till the end of the race anyway. Did I really need to? Probably not, but I did just to finish it out, because that's just something I always want to do, is always finish a race no matter what. But I don't know. It's just, I feel like it's a wasted race. If you're gonna have your safety rating count, and I know that they do that so drivers don't just wreck other drivers just for the heck of it. So I understand why they do that, but if we're doing daily races, like, give us our driver rating here too. But make these races count. Start boosting the actual quality of daily race A. Give us some really cool cars to race around different tracks. Give us road cars. Give us muscle cars. Give us, there's so much cars, but they always go with like some of the weird cars that no one really cares about racing. Give us cars that people would actually enjoy racing. Not just normal cars that do like 60 miles per hour and you're like, oh, let's just throw this on a track because this is daily race A and no one cares. Let's make this race care. Let's make this race count. There's only 3 races that we get in daily races. Now, with iRacing, there are non-official races in iRacing that don't count towards anything. And, I do race those, but I think those are cool and those are fine. But the thing with those are that iRacing has like 20, 30 different races going on all day long. With GT7 online racing, and I'm not talking about the lobbies, I'm talking about official races that we're only getting 3 races. If daily race A is just like a wasted race, we're really only getting 2. I think they can start doing some cool things here. And I understand also, for people that don't want to affect their driver rating, they come to daily race A. But if you're doing daily races, that means you like to race competitive. You like to race against other players. And I think at that point we're all, I don't think we're worried about, let me race for no driver rating. Again, it's just a game. Your driver rating goes down, it goes up, it goes all around. Like, who really cares? But it just feels like there's more on the line, which I think adds the intensity of the race. And I just didn't feel it in this race. I enjoy this race because I was in VR, and for me, VR is awesome. And I finished, I finished 4th place, but I honestly, it didn't even matter to me because I feel like the race is just kind of pointless, to be quite honest. But anyway, I'd love to get you guys' opinion on it. Let me know your thoughts on it. Leave a comment below. Thumb up the video. We'll catch you on the next one. We out of here. Peace.